It's even greeting me, how are you? That was when phones were very respectful. Hello viewers, welcome once again. Today, we are going to talk about one of my vintage collections, Sagem My V56. That's the mobile phone here, Sagem My V56. So mine is in full functional state. I would like to put it on for you to see. I put it off. It's even greeting me, how are you? That was when phones were very respectful. So this is Sagem My V56. Let's first talk about Sagem. Sagem was a phone company in France. They were manufacturing phones and other systems like the aerospace systems and defense systems. Sagem My V56 was the phone that came after my V55. In those days, it was manufactured in 2004. Phones were very, very rare. I can remember then, it's only real rich people that could afford phones and SIM card on the same day. They go to the market, they buy their phone and they buy their SIM card and they go home with it and start using. I remember my father, he bought his SIM card and we had to wait for months, before running around to raise money to buy a phone. It wasn't like this. SIM cards were sold between 20,000 naira to 50,000 naira. That was very expensive. 20,000 naira of 2001 is different from 20,000 naira of today. Coming to this phone, it was one of the first few phones that has camera. That's a camera at the back. So, and it has just 4 megabytes of memory. So the memory size is just 4 megabytes. The camera is just 1.3 megapixels. So, of course, for 4 MB, you don't have to save a lot of photos or a lot of videos. For you to keep saving means that you have to keep deleting. So you save, you delete because it has a very low memory size. The battery lasts for about 4 hours, 30 minutes talk time. So if it is fully charged, you could talk to someone for like about 4 hours and 30 minutes. On standby mode, it could last up to 13 hours to 15 hours. So relatively, it was fair, and it was one of the best you could get as at the time it was launched. Sagem phones basically offer cheaper alternative to Nokia and Samsung phones. Even at that, it was still phones for the big boys. I remember if you're traveling from Idumota to Oshodi and you are in a downfall, you have to be very, very careful when you're holding phones like this. You have to be conscious of where you're sitting, who you're sitting with, So you have to be conscious of your environment because it was worth a lot of money. Somebody could ask, why am I talking about this phone? This phone is just about 22 years old. This is 2026 and it was manufactured in 2024. This is just 22 years. So why am I calling it vintage? The reason why I've considered this phone as part of my historical artifacts is because Sagem, you can no longer see a new Sagem phone. Sagem stopped manufacturing of mobile phones in 2008 and they sold the mobile division to another company called Sofinova, and they focus on their aerospace and their defense systems, building their aerospace and their defense system. So you're not going to get more Sagem phones in the market. So having a phone like this and having it, I try to keep it as functional as possible, as original as possible, because I want to preserve it for other people to see. I've decided to collect it as one of my vintage collections. This phone is not like the phones that we have now. It's quite different. It doesn't use Bluetooth. It uses infrared. So if you want to send pictures or if you want to send videos to somebody you're not going to use Bluetooth. It uses infrared technology. That is a little bit older. So it's not like today's phone. And then the ringtones, we can also explore the ringtones. They are polyphonic ringtones. The games were Java games. It wasn't the games that you see commonly on like the apps. There was not like downloading apps. There was no app to download. Everything was already inbuilt. And then the games were Java games. So we used to use it to keep ourselves busy. So I have the phone in full functional state, and I also have the battery and the spare battery and the charger. This is the original Sagem charger. This channel is all about talking about vintage stuff. So this is the channel for you. If this interests you, why not like my video? Why not subscribe just to get it whenever I post videos like this? Thank you and see you on my next video.